When you're doing all of that, then it puts you in better position to maximize opportunities. This is the cheat code. This is the cheat code. Hey, welcome back. Today is going to be our third installment of Opportunity April, which is maximizing opportunities. Let's get into it. Hey, if we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Gabriel Walters and I'm a certified financial planner. I'm also the founder and owner of Steadyworth, and at Steadyworth, we're helping people just like you live a life that they're excited about today while also living within their means and taking charge of their financial future. So in this month, which is April and it's Opportunity April, we've been talking about the three phases of an opportunity. Phase number one is preparing for an opportunity. Phase number two is stepping into an opportunity. And phase number three is taking advantage of an opportunity. So if you've missed the last 2 weeks of preparing and stepping into, I'll link them up here, and also you could just get those videos on the channel. But the next one is stepping. So we talked about preparing, we talked about stepping into. Maximizing the opportunity, I would say, is the most important, and this is what separates the good from the great. I mean, of course, you can't step into something that you're not prepared for, but once you get into it, this is the most important part. So if we were to think about this like a job, say you did your resume and you prepared and you interviewed and you killed the interview, and so that's your prep work, and then you step into it, you accepted the job, but then once you get there, you just show up and you're just another everyday Joe and you do nothing different. You have not maximized that opportunity. I think about this, even we see many people, if we just choose the NBA, many players, and of course skill levels play a part in this, but some of them, they do all this work, they get to the NBA, but then others, once you get to the NBA, you still have to take it to another level to up your game to maximize that opportunity of playing in the NBA. And so the thing is that any opportunity that we really step into and that we want to maximize, it's going to call us to take our skills to the next level. And that's where we're going to have to step up, and literally we have to become a different person in order to step into that opportunity and truly maximize it. So what are some of the things that we can do to maximize an opportunity? I would say, if we're talking about a job, I would say if you're in a job and you want to maximize that opportunity, first, you want to make sure you're doing all the basics, of course, in that thing, but then look at what areas are not being covered in that job. Because of course, once you're in something and you can see okay, this should be done better, that should be done better, that should be done better, or this should be happening, then you're able to identify those areas, and then you do that, then you can start maximizing that opportunity. I think about this also in business. That's actually how I started Steadyworth. I was like, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. What are some areas that are missing in the financial planning field? One of them is actually financial planning education. So I'm like, hey, that's an area that I can prepare for and step into. Now that I'm in this area, I have to maximize it. Part of me maximizing is putting out YouTube content on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, meeting with clients, going to networking meetings. Because imagine if I just started a business, I'm like, okay, well, I just started the business, website's up, hey, let it go. No, that's not maximizing the opportunity. I have to step into that thing. Imagine if you're going to the gym. We all see those people who go to the gym and they just show up and kind of do whatever, but then there's some of the people who go to the gym and they go with a plan. As many of you know, and I'm just saying this to my audience so you guys can hold me accountable, I've been saying that this year I'm going to be turning 40 in October. It's the year of the six-pack. I'm getting six-pack abs. So when I go to the gym, and I go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week, or I'm working out at least 5 to 6 days a week. Sometimes I'm outside running, but I have to show up to that workout with the plan to maximize each workout opportunity so I can get to my goal. And so in the same thing in any other opportunity we're talking about relationships. You have to show up and be intentional about that relationship to maximize that opportunity of that relationship. Even when I think about relationships, I think about even mentor relationships. Like I have a mentor and I'm calling him, and if he's busy, then I'm calling him the next week. And then if he's busy again, I'm calling him the next week, because I want to maximize that opportunity of getting that knowledge, of getting poured into me, so then I can use it for other things. So what are some areas in your life right now where you can maximize an opportunity? And let me give you, this is the cheat code. This is the cheat code. If you maximize the opportunities that you're in right now, even if they're not exactly where you want to be, that more than likely generally opens up the doors for you to get to where you want to go in the future. So what I'm saying is like, say you're working a job and you want to be an entrepreneur. Start maximizing the opportunities that are just in that job. Start showing up the best. Start, creating your best work ethic. Start reading, learn as much as you can, even if you're working on the entrepreneurship in your head and on your side time and writing it down, because as you maximize that opportunity, that will help you prepare for the next opportunity. If it's fitness, if and you're working out, maximize each workout, because each workout is like a building block and they build on top of each other. If you're networking, every time you meet with somebody, show up, follow up, send a follow-up email, send a follow-up thank you letter, be proactive about connecting with people, and then those opportunities lead to more opportunities of connecting with people. So everything that we're presented with, whether it's a new relationship, a new job, a business, a new investment, all of these things are opportunities. And generally what we get out of these, we get the most out of these opportunities when we put the most into them. And so when you're maximizing something, you really got to put something into it. I don't know the full story around this. I was once at church and the pastor was speaking about something. He was talking about Steph Curry's stats from college. And the thing is that his stats weren't very flattering. It was a stats that a scout had written about him. They didn't sound really great. I should have looked up what those things were. But the point is that when he got to the NBA, he wasn't like, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this guy, it seems like he's going to be winning championships and be the best person in the league ever. But him getting into the NBA was an opportunity. And from there, he still had to go to practice, play in the games. But then at some point, he had to go get out on his own basketball court or show up on another time that wasn't practice and work on those free throws and work on those 3-pointers and work on the dribbling and work on this and work on that, so that he could become the great player he is today. And so the same thing with us. When we step into something, we're stepping in at that level, but in order to maximize that opportunity and get up here, we have to put time, energy, and effort into it. And so of course, we want to relate this to financial planning. When you're maximizing an opportunity, if you have your finances clear, you have your goals down, because if you have your goals clear, you have your financial plan, you have your insurance, so you're protected. You have your estate plan. So, you're making sure everything that you're building is going where you want it to go if something were to happen to you. You have your debt managed. You are not overpaying in taxes. What else is on there? I'm trying to think. You're staying within your means and your budget, and you're in your spending. You're building assets that are supporting your income as needed. When you're doing all of that, then it puts you in better position to maximize opportunities. Imagine if you are in a great investment and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm loving this investment I'm in. Say you're buying real estate, or you're also buying stock and you're like, hey, I need to get some more of this. The better the financial plan that you have, the more money that okay, I have this much to spare. I can put this much more money into that opportunity. Or, or I'm paying off debt. I can put this much more money to pay off debt. Or I'm buying real estate. I can put this much more money into that project. Or, hey, say that opportunity is taking vacation. I took this vacation. Now I want to take a parent on this vacation. Just another story. And back in 2018, I took my brother and I, we took my dad to the U.S. Open in New York to go. We took him on a vacation in New York because he used to live there. And then we took him, and he didn't know that we had planned this trip around this. But while we're on vacation, we get him on the train one day and we tell him we're going out to dinner. We don't tell him where. And when we get off the train, we're actually at where the U.S. Open is played. And we're like, hey man, tonight we're watching Roger Federer play. And he was like, we're right there at the U.S. Open. He was in shock. But that was an opportunity to, give a great gift to our dad and to build that relationship and have an opportunity of bonding. And so there's all types of opportunities that come in life, but you have to be prepared to maximize those. Since, financially, I was prepared to maximize the one from the U.S. Open. So it's not always an investment, or technically that was an investment, but it was just an investment into relationships. And so who knows what opportunities there are out there that you want to maximize. We all have different goals and we live different lives, and so we have different things that we want to maximize. But I just want to encourage you that wherever you're at right now, look at everything you're currently doing as an opportunity. So even though you may say, hey, I have these goals and I need to prepare. If you watch part 1, you're like, hey, I'm doing these things to prepare for these opportunities. Or if you're like, okay, now I'm stepping into this. But I want to tell you that you don't have to wait until you step into your future opportunity to maximize something. You can maximize the opportunities you're in right now, and that will give you practice for when you step into the opportunities that you're truly excited about, to maximize those as well. Like I said, I'm maximizing the stuff with the business, but I also had to maximize maximize other seasons that I was in. When one season that I truly maximized that got me into this season was when we had COVID. When we had COVID, I was at home. I was waking up at 5 a.m. and working on my business stuff from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. before I started work. And by maximizing that season and that opportunity of just being in the house, it allowed me to quit my job and start this business. And so, if you maximize the season that you're in right now and the opportunities that you're in right now, then the other one is like practice. And when the other ones come that you're really fired up about, you'll be ready as you step into them to maximize those and take them all the way. So if this message resonates with you, or if you know somebody who needs to hear this, please share it, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. When you subscribe and you comment, it really helps the channel out. So even if you want to go, it'd be great. I'd appreciate it if you go back and like other videos and comment on those, because it also helps to get this message out. We want to spread the word of financial planning, education, and get people out there so they're maximizing opportunities, maximizing the money they're already making, living their life and seeing goals come to fruition that they're setting. So once again, also, if you want to book a call with me, go to steadyworth.com. If you Google Steadyworth, remember Steadyworth is one word. So hit me up, send me a message. I'd love to connect with you. We can set up a Zoom call, and have a great day. Let's plan for success. I'll see you next week. Remember, prepare for an opportunity. Step into that opportunity, maximize it. Let's get on another level. Let's go. Have a blessed day. See you soon.